Today we're checking out Jace, Cunning, Castaway, and OATHBREAKER, and seeing what kind of signature spells might pair best with them. For 1 blue, he starts at 3 loyalty. +1, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. -2, create a 2/2 blue illusion creature token with, when this creature becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. -5, create 2 tokens that are copies of Jace, Cunning, Castaway, except they're not legendary. Yeah, that last ability is super unique. I really like that. I'm not really sure what you do with it. I mean, I guess those tokens could go on to make their own Jaces, but how are you closing out the game here? I don't have an answer to that, but I can tell you that seems to be what people are trying to do. They're at least trying to get to the -5 on the first Jace. I can tell you that because the most commonly used signature spell with this guy is Contentious Plan, a sorcery for 2. Proliferate, draw a card. Third most popular is Experimental Augury, an instant for 2. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I reckon that this would be the most popular if it had been out longer. This card is only about a year old. There's a couple more options too. Tezzeret's Gambit draws 2 then Proliferate. Vivisurgeon's Insight draws 3 and Proliferate. We've got a couple removal proliferate spells. Reject Imperfection and Fuel for the Cause are counter spells that proliferate, and Serum Snare is a bounce spell that can proliferate. Ripples of Potential is an instant for 2. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter put on them this way. Those permanents phase out. This is great to do when they're attacking your planeswalker. A nice way to protect him, and then he comes back better than he was before. Of course, they can see this card from your command zone if it's your signature spell, so they're probably just not going to swing at him, and that's pretty good too, actually. Moving away from Proliferate, Jace's Triumph is a pretty good flavor pick. For 3 mana, it's a sorcery that draws you 2 cards. If you control a Jace planeswalker, draw 3 cards instead. Not bad for 3 mana, but if you're looking for card draw, I would prefer See the Truth, a sorcery for 2. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. If this spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put each of those cards into your hand instead. Since we're casting this from the command zone, we're putting them into our hand, but we're going up 3 cards for 2 mana. And that is a really good rate. Now remember, Jace's +1 triggers when a creature you control deals damage to a player. We could pick a signature spell that makes that easier, like Slip Through Space, which also draws us a card. Ghost Form, which makes up to 2 target creatures unblockable. Or Reverse the Polarity for 3 mana. Choose one, counter all other spells, switch each creature's power and toughness till end of turn. Creatures can't be blocked this turn. Or Open into Wonder, which is the second most popular signature spell with Jace. For X blue, X target creatures can't be blocked this turn. Until end of turn, those creatures gain. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Another way we can ensure getting value off that +1 is by having a signature spell that makes a flying token. Something like Launch Mishap, which counters target creature or planeswalker spell and makes you a 1/1 flyer. Or Access Denied, another counter spell that makes a bunch of 1/1 flyers. Or Stolen by the Fae, which is a bounce spell that makes a bunch of flyers. If you enjoy Oathbreaker content like this, check out my channel for plenty more Oathbreaker videos. I've got well over 100 videos trying to match planeswalkers to signature spells. This format is a ton of fun, and I think it deserves more love than it gets. So hit that like button on your way out, and thanks a lot for watching.